Welcome back to Joe Stunner Boxing. Eddie Hearn said something that kind of raised my eyebrows a few days ago. He said that talks are underway for Justis Huni to fight Moses Itauma for the WBO Interim belt. Now, I don't know why we need a WBO Interim belt, because the WBO champion is Alexander Usyk. But, sanctioning fees have a way of persuading sanctioning bodies to put their stupid little belts up on the line. We don't need an interim champion because there is a champion. It's not like we've got a champion in recess or he's injured or anything like that. No. Anyway, apart from that nonsense, the matchup is intriguing and rather perplexing to me. I don't really get it. And I don't really get it because, if I'm being honest, I don't see Justis Huni lasting long with Moses Itauma. Now, neither man has been really tested, apart from one fight, which was, and I wouldn't say he was tested, but the way he handled the opponent was very, very impressive. And that was Moses Itauma's last fight, where he handed Dempsey McKean a first-round stoppage. Very, very good victory. Very good victory. And Atama has really looked the goods. I mean, he's only just turned 20, which is kind of remarkable. Huni is 25. And Atama just smashed clean through Dempsey McKean, who had lasted into the final round with Filip Hrgovic. Had looked like a decent heavyweight. Decent heavyweights will not survive against Moses Itauma, who at only 20 is probably only going to get better, you would think. I doubt whether he's peaked at 20. This isn't like Mike Tyson. I know he keeps getting mentioned in the same breath as Mike Tyson because of all this rubbish about him wanting to beat the Mike Tyson's record and all that. I think it's a load of crap. But I know people need ambitions. They want to go in the history books and so on. But let Moses Itauma be the first Moses Itauma, not the second Mike Tyson. Now, apart from that, who was Itauma beaten? Well, he beat like a 94-year-old Marius Vac, if that counts for anything. Vac used to have this unbelievably good chin, but he's now, I think he's in his mid-40s, all joking aside. He is ancient. With so many miles on the clock, he turned up way out of shape, and Moses did him in 2 rounds. Knocked him down, beat him up and knocked him out. Well, not knocked him out, but, he would have knocked him out had the referee not stopped it. And yeah, sometimes it's how you get your work done, but it was against a very, very old Vac. Apart from that, who else we got on the list? Not many at all. I mean, it's a who's who of who's he. But if you look at Justis Huni, who is still a young man, I mean, that's 25 is certainly not old for a heavyweight. Again, hasn't reached his peak, but he's fought absolutely no one too. I mean, Andrew Tabiti, that was a decent win. 10 rounds. Yeah, it was a good win. No, Tabiti can fight. I mean, he's a cruiserweight, so he was dwarfed, but size does matter. But yeah, that's probably Justis's best win. But what is revealing was the following fight, which was against Kevin Lerena, who really did come to fight. And that was over in Riyadh. And Huni won, I can't remember the cards. I think one of them was quite wide, 2 wide, and one was close. And then the third was in the middle somewhere. But I thought Lerena really asked a lot of questions of Huni. And Lerena, again, is really, really just a cruiserweight. Good fighter, Lerena, actually. I like him. I don't think he's a world-class heavyweight by any stretch of the imagination, but I do like him. I think down at cruiserweight or maybe at bridgerweight, he could still make a splash. And I like the way he fights. He always comes to fight. Of course, he's famous for having Daniel Dubois on the floor 3 times in the first round of their fight, and he got stopped in the third. So that was a decent win on paper, but I thought Huni was, I don't want to say exposed, but I definitely think that Lerena showed that there's a lot of work needs to be done with Justis Huni. And since then, he's had 3 quick turnover fights against, very low level opposition. He's got rid of all of them. One of them, a guy called Troy Pilcher, I didn't know much about, was undefeated. Last time out, he was seen beating Sean Potgieter of South Africa, who had a 10-1 record, God knows how, because he was bloody awful. And Justis stopped him in 2 rounds. Now, in fairness to Huni, let's mention that he has got an elbow issue, elbow injury, which he needs to sort out. And I think he's going to take some time out of the ring to have an operation on it. But, I mean, again, it's down to the quality of opposition. Now, you put these 2 together, what do you get? Well, I think you get an Itauma win at the moment. But let's play devil's advocate, as we all want to do. In the case of going rounds, definitely Huni has the advantage. Definitely has the advantage. Because 6 of his fights in a row from 2021 to 2024, than the Kevin Lorena fight, which was back in March, went the 10-round distance. One of them was he got a stoppage in the 10th round. But that's a lot of rounds to get under your belt when you're a learning heavyweight. Atama's been blowing everyone away quick. The most rounds he's ever done is 6. And if this is a fight for any kind of interim title, it's going to be a 12-rounder. So that, in a sense, could be considered a strong advantage for Huni. However, Itauma, southpaw, Huni's orthodox. Clearly, Atama has got a lot more power than Huni. And I don't really, having seen Huni against, Lorena, that fight really sticks in my mind. He will have to have improved considerably in order to deal with Atama. Not just the power, but Atama's got very good technique as well. See, I think the jury's still out against Huni. It is to some degree with Atama, but I think Atama is a better prospect than Huni, which is not to say Huni's rubbish. He isn't. But I just get the feeling Huni has got more improvements he will need to do in order to become a legitimate heavyweight champion. Whereas Atama, you get the feeling that he's got so many more gears he can go through, and there's just so much more talent that can be mined in order to put him on the pathway to being a heavyweight champ. I think a lot of people are jumping the gun with Atama. I think he needs time to, just to hone his skills, to get more experience, to get more rounds under his belt. But at the moment, I would pick him to beat Justis Huni, probably by knockout. And again, that's not a slight on Huni, because I think he's a youngish heavyweight. He's coming through, but he needs to make far greater leaps forward than Atama. Atama, you get the feeling, unless he's got a bad engine or a bad chin, or so there's some sort of flaw we haven't seen yet, he's kind of a shoo-in to become a world-class heavyweight, a legitimate world-class heavyweight who can take on the very best, win, lose or draw. With Huni, I get the feeling that that question is still there to be answered. But I don't know, it's a strange one. Of course, Huni is this. I mean, he's who's his promoter? I can't remember the name of the company. I think Mick Francis is his manager, and Eddie Hearn, of course, has some sort of. He helps out Jaya Pattaya and Huni and the other fella, the other big heavyweight with the double name, whose name escapes me. He helps these guys out, whereas Atama is managed by Queensbury. Yeah, I don't see the logic of putting them in this year with each other. It's a strange one, very strange one. But anyway, I'd say let them do their thing separately, and then maybe when further down the line, a couple of years, bring them together. But we'll see. What do you think? Do you agree with what I've said? Do you think I'm missing the point? Keep it objective. Tell me what you think. Give your opinions below as to why you think one or the other is further ahead. And yeah, I'm looking forward to reading your comments. Please subscribe to the channel if you're new. If you could do that, that'd be a big deal. And also hit the like button as well, because that helps us out too. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks as always for your time. Have a good Sunday. I'll catch you later. Bye for now.